Welcome to Sunny's Yoga. Today we're going to do a hip opener series. I don't think people realize how much tension, not just from sitting and all of that stuff, but emotional tension and stress that we carry in our hips. Um, so let's work that out. Let's decompress them. We're immediately going to start in Tandasana. Join me in standing straight up, mountain pose. Make it big and expressive. Bring your hands up, up. Reach. Shrug your shoulders up and softly drop them down. Your yogi toes are going. You're balanced all the way. Reach up. Your toes, stretch them out. I only have my big toe down, my pinky toe down, the four corners of my feet. The other ones are waving. Bring it down. Oh, slowly. Put your toes down. Let your arms come down. Ooh, beside you. We're going to step our feet more than hip distance apart for Paripadhanasana, intensive forward fold. So we're going to, per usual, I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to move towards the back of the mat. I'm always going to have some blocks or modifications where we can modify. But for now, extend forward, flat back. You can have bend in your knees. Pause here for one moment. Wake up the backs of your legs, elbows going back, trying to touch, and come all the way down. Peace fingers, wrap them around your toes and bring yourself further into the asana. Elbows are coming out. As you breathe, you can kind of come back down. Looks kind of like a centipede, I guess. Or you could just stay where you're at. Bringing your upper and lower body closer together. Let go of your feet. Bring yourself out to a wide-legged downward dog. And breathe. Pike your hips. You can have a slight bend in your knees. Keep bringing your upper body towards your thighs. Two more breaths in and out your nose. Walk yourself back to your feet. Bring your feet together. Raise up, flat back. Come in and roll yourself back up to Tandasana. Neck and head come last. Utthita Para Savakonasana. Stepping my right foot to the front like a lunge. I'm going to turn my left foot out 90 degrees. Now if you step in, less intense, go out, more intense. I'm going to go more intense. Allow your hips to drop. Pinky edge side of your foot if possible. If not, just keep it flat, 90 degrees. All of this is in your hips because what's going to happen is we're going to bring our arms up. Slowly start to tilt towards the front leg. And if you can, bring your hand behind you, behind your foot. Bring your hand up and over. Now, for those who can't get this far down, you can go here and have your hand up and over. Let your hips drop. It is okay for your front knee in this asana to go past your foot. If you can't get down that far, it is okay to come down like this. Or bring your foot in and try to go down just a little bit like this. For those that are still in the difficult asana, we're getting ready to come up. Turn yourself, your foot, and bring it up, your left foot, bring it out to meet your right. Slowly roll yourself up and bring your shoulders down. We're gonna step out again because we need to do the other side. Left foot points toward the other side of the mat. I'm gonna go deeper down. I'm gonna stay with the people who are deep down. Come on, y'all got this with me. Pinky side edge of your foot if you can, if not, leave flat. Allow yourself to drop into your hips. Also, this back leg, it can have a slight bend. We're gonna, woo! See, I let y'all see when I lose my balance. Bring it up and it start to tilt towards your left foot. Come back to the back of your foot and come up. If you can, come over or look at your hand. This is not an easy asana. Breathe. Let your feet be light because most of this should be coming to your hips. 2 more breaths. Come on, you got this. Bring your hand around. Bring your foot up to your toes and bring your right foot to meet your left. And roll yourself up back into Tandasana, mountain pose. Virabhita Vapanasana, which is reverse warrior. We're gonna go ahead and step our right foot back, 90-degree angle, pinky side down. Yep, looks exactly like what we just did, only I want us to try to keep our front leg at 90 degrees. Make sure your leg is tracking open. In a dramatic fashion, bring your hands up, press down. We're here for 1 second. This is warrior 2. We are moving into reverse warrior. Let your hips drop down. Your feet are stable. The heel of your front foot should be meeting the inner arch of your right foot. That helps you know you're in the right alignment for this. Please don't hyperextend back. Stay upright. This hand is light as a feather. We stay in this position for 2 more breaths. Let yourself come up. Bring your hand down. Left foot comes in because the right foot goes out. Now again, bring it in some, less intense. Out, more intense. Go ahead and start to let your hips drop. Keep your feet 90 degree in the front. Try to go pinky edge side in the back. Your right heel meets with the inner arch of your left. We're gonna go ahead and be just overextensive with it. Press the air down into warrior 2 for 1 moment. Then go back into reverse warrior. Hand light as a feather. Not hyperextending, keeping yourself upright. Bottom tucked, core engaged. This leg tracking open. It'll have a habit of wanting to close in. That doesn't help you when you want to have your hips to be open so you can relieve some tension. Hands still up, 2 more breaths. Get ready to bring yourself up. Straighten out your right knee. Come to the front and bring your right hand down. We're going to turn, face the back of the mat. We're going to go into downward dog. We're going to walk into it. Start to roll yourself down. Bend your knees and slowly walk yourself forward. Spread, let your feet be a little more than hip distance apart. Hands reaching towards the corner of the mat. Pike your hips up. You have a slight bend in your knee, a deep bend in your knee. Depends on how you feel today. This will kind of let you drop your back a little bit if you're having sciatic issues. Those who can put your feet down, put them down. If not, just stay on your toes. Keep breathing. Every time you breathe, let yourself relax more into the asana. One more breath. Into Uttanasana, Prasthasana, lizard pose. Like you to bring your right leg up and step it right outside your right hand. If you need to adjust, I'm going to go into a deeper lizard. This is kind of like runner's lunge. Extend your foot going out. So you're going to curve towards the pinky edge of your foot. You're going to come down, bring your hips down, and then you're going to come down on your forearms and breathe. Keep your back leg. You can bend your back leg a little bit or you can keep it straight. Now, given that this is not an easy asana, you can come up like this. You can bring your foot down like this. You can come in some, so I'm gonna move my back leg in some, but my foot is still kind of rotating out and I can still get the benefit of opening my inner thigh and that hip area. If I need to bring the ground up, grab a block, put your hands on the block and let your knees fall open. Continue to drop your hips. You'll actually feel this down your quad as well. Going back to the more difficult asana because we're going to switch sides. I'm in here with you. 2 more breaths. My leg is out. The further you extend out, the more intense, but you've got to make sure your hips are dropped but staying even. To come out, slowly come up on your palms. Bring your right foot to the front. Bring your left foot down. We're going to stay right in the middle for 1 moment and do an intensive forward fold, only with both hands on the ground. Loosen up the back of your thighs again. You'll feel this all the way up your thighs. Make sure your back is loose and hanging as far as you can go. 2 breaths here. Yogi toes on. Lift up. Start to walk your hands to the front of your mat. Turn your left foot out. Bring it out. You can bring your right leg back. Your leg is going outward, and you're dropping your hips. You're trying to roll to the pinky edge side of your foot, and you're gonna come down. Relax your leg. Let your hips drop. You're looking just past your drishti, so you're not overly extending your neck. Keep breathing. Now I realize that you guys didn't get a view of the other side, so stay in position. I'm just going to turn myself around so you can see what it looks like from the other side. That's on me as a yoga teacher. I'm going to come down into position, but I'm going to take my foot and roll it towards the outside pinky edge of my foot. My hip goes with it. This is also a good modification. You really are able to drop your hips and open up more. But I'm gonna drop down into lizard. 2 more breaths. This is my tight side. This is the side I struggle with all the time. Good job. We're getting ready to come up on our hands. Take your left foot back to meet your right. 1 moment in plank. We're gonna walk ourselves feet in and hands in. Roll yourself up to Tandasana. We're gonna come slowly down onto the mat. The rest of the practice is on the mat. If you want to use a block for these next 2 poses, I will show you how. Janu Shanshasana. On your bottom you go. Extend your right foot out. Have it flex towards your face. Bring your left foot in as close to your body as possible, making sure that your leg can stay down. So if it needs to be down here so your leg can stay down and you're not overextending, please do so. Just make sure we stay away from the knee. And with that, we turn our body towards the right, sit upright, and then walk your hands down and grab your foot if possible. And with the next inhale, breathe in. And as you breathe out, come down towards your knees. You can have a slight bend in your knee. For modification, sitting on a block kind of lets you have more space in your hips, and you may not be able to go all the way down, but it will give you, if you're only able to do modification, it will offer additional support in you trying to open your hips up some more. And if you can't fully reach for your feet, just go ahead and put your hands down and lean over towards your right foot. If this is too much, you can always sit upright. Just tense your hands in front. Try to keep your foot flexed. You're balanced on your block. 2 more breaths. All right, we're going to switch sides. I'm going to come off the block. In order to switch sides, we're just going to switch. So come into straddle right quick, come down. Feet flex towards your face. Come down for 1 moment. This is not easy. Make sure your hips and your legs are kind of rolling outward. You're coming down. This is definitely a challenging asana, but breathe. We got this, we got this. If you need modification, you can always have blocks and push yourself and let your legs be able to drop and kind of roll open some. Breathe. Move blocks to the side, because I am going to now bring in my right foot. Whatever modification you did on your right side, please do it on your left side. I'm gonna go with the more intensive asana. My right foot is as close into my body as possible, kind of pushing into my upper thigh. I'm going to turn my upper body facing my left side, my feet, my toes, hello, are facing my face, and I'm going to go ahead and walk myself down. Now one side, as I said, is, you see that? The disrespect. One side is definitely tighter today than the other. So I'm gonna bend up my knee just a little bit so I can come down just a little bit more. Now, if you have to do modification, the most important part is that you keep your hips anchored. Allow your body to be where it's at. Keep breathing in and out your nose. One more breath. Slowly walk yourself up. Straddle, again, your feet going towards your face. Legs are kind of rolling open. You have a bend in your knee. You can also sit on a block, but for the first one, we're gonna turn ourselves to the right, just the upper body. Our lower body is already active and stable. Make sure you're not falling backwards. You wanna make sure you're sitting upright. Pelvis tucked a little bit, and we're gonna walk our hands down to our right foot and bring our head down. Left foot stays active because the toes, hello toes, are facing your face. Stay down. Now if you can only get to here, great. If you bring your legs in, less intense. Legs out, more intense. Stay upright, less intense. Make sure you're not falling back. You're tenting your fingers and you're sitting straight upright. As you go down, that's where you meet the intensity. You want your hip to stay anchored though. 2 more breaths. Slowly walk yourself up. Take a pause in the middle. In and out your nose. For this side, I will show you how to use modification with a block. Let me walk everyone down. You're gonna turn your body around, upper body around to the left, and you're gonna do the same thing and walk yourself down. Now, because this is my tight side, I'm gonna get a block. Everyone else stay in position. I'm going to sit, make sure my bum is fully on the block. I'm gonna go into straddle. My feet are still, I'm gonna go towards the front of the block. My feet are still in straddle, facing my, both feet are facing my face. I'm upright. I still am going to turn my body. It's easier for me to tent my fingers, and I can walk down some. Making sure my right hip stays anchored down and not rolling in. Thighs are rolling out. My entire leg is on fire in the back. 2 more breaths. Walk yourself up. Bring your legs together, and we're going to slowly roll off of the block. I'm going to put the blocks to the side. I'm going to move into Baddha Konasana, which is butterfly pose. So I'm gonna move myself over to the edge of my mat so I don't hit the wall. Slowly roll myself down, tuck your pelvis. We're protecting our vertebrae, our backs. Lay yourself down. Let your knees slowly start to come open, no rush. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and your hips are still coming open slowly. You can move side to side slightly. Make sure your pelvis is tucked. Your chin tucked and your shoulders are down. No need to guide your hips open, just let them fall open naturally. Again, we've shown modifications that you can use your blocks underneath your knees. Further down, less intense. Closer together, more intense. Hands down to your side. Shoulders have dropped. Give me 4 more breaths here. You're gonna wanna tense up. Please, as you exhale, let yourself soften into the position. What I notice, even for me as an instructor, that I will initially feel tense in an asana. It is the padaramas, the breath work, the knowing that the floor is not going anywhere and I'm steady and stable, that I can allow myself to simply relax, which is not easy. We say relax, but it's not easy. We're always in hyperextensive mode. 1 more breath. Guide your knees together. Paravita, Supta Pete Gu Asana. Recline pigeon. Kick your left foot out. Go as far up as you can go for one moment. Hips are anchored on both sides. Feet are flexed towards your face. Shoulders down. Chin tucked. Come on. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Extend, extend, extend. Go ahead and turn. Bring your ankle just below your right knee. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh and bring your lower half in towards your upper body. Your upper body, your back is down. Tuck your chin so you're not scrunching your neck, and make sure that everything is relaxed and melted into the mat. No curving of the back. Out some, less intense. Down on the ground, less intense. If you're going in that direction, gently guide your hip open, but make sure everything stays level and your back stays flushed down by tucking up your pelvis. Go back into the more intense version. Got 3 more breaths here. Breathe to come out. Let go of your hands. Bring them to the side. Let your right foot come down. And again, bring your left leg up really high, 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 high. This time we're gonna point our toes, flex them back and forth, go around in circles if you'd like. Keep going up. Keep going. One last time. And bring your foot down to meet your right. We're going straight up into our right foot. Bring it all the way up. Yep, come up as much as you can. Now you saw me move my left leg. The reason why is because it was too far over. It needs to be aligned with my hip as I'm bringing my right leg towards my face. Let me tuck my chin again, shoulders down, and then we're gonna turn, bring our ankle just below the left knee. Go ahead and start to bring your legs up, interlock your hands behind your thigh, and start to bring your lower body towards you. Your feet are both flexed. Now here's the thing that no one ever sees, is that my arm, I'm holding on to my leg with the other hand. My arm, when it is bound and I'm in this position, my arm is helping me. If I lower my hand some, I can, as I bring my legs in, use my arm to help open my hips. The lower down your arms are, the more intense. Up, less intense. And everything doesn't have to be the most intense. Sometimes your body just needs a little TLC and not the intensity. If you modified on the other side, modify on this side. 3 more breaths. Y'all are doing great. Last breath, inhale, exhale. Go ahead and let the hands go. Bring your foot down. That's right, bring your foot up. Flex your toes towards your face, flex your toes towards your face. Flex, flex, flex. Chin down. Let's go ahead and point our toes. You can do a little back and forth. You can do circles. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Stretch, 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 stretch. Bring, 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 bring. Now we come down. Right foot meets the left. We come down into Shavasana. We scooch up just a little bit. Left foot going towards the left corner of my mat. Right foot going to the right corner of my mat. I'm going to wiggle my shoulders underneath me because that feels good. I'm going to tuck my pelvis a little bit. Some people like to have a slight bend in their knees. That is fine. Let your shoulders relax and your hands fall open. If this is not as comfortable today, please bring your legs up, feet go along the edge of your mat and bring your knees together. Further down, much more relaxing. Start to come back to your normal breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale, slow. Last time. And with that, bring your legs together. We're gonna come up to a comfortable seated position. You guys did an amazing job today. That was not an easy class, but if you tried it, come back and keep going at it. Challenge yourself. And with that, namaste.